What up, Quinn? And Cannon and Horizon and Havoc. What's going on? And Kenny and Coco and Lisa? Possibly. Jules, Matt, KCLQ. What's going on, people? Someone asked where I'm at. Hey, Foxy Lucy, what's up? I am in Arizona. No sound. Is there still no sound? There should be sound. What's up, Sarinthia? Can you guys hear me? Or type a 1 if you can hear me. What up, Izzy? Yeah, this is kind of a test. I'm running some other things too. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know, I'm running some other software. This is kind of also just like a test stream also, so I'm gonna probably read some stories and go back and listen to the audio for myself. I appreciate everyone letting me know it's working now. I hope everyone's having a great night or morning or whatever time it is, wherever you are. I am doing very well, Ghost Girl. I hope you are as well. Very well. Damn, it's a new month already. Time is flying by. Yeah, I never know if I'm actually muted a lot of the time because I have a tendency to mute myself quite a bit. So, yeah. Dart, I am 31 years old. I turned 31 on the 26th of last month. Yeah. Sarinthia says, what are you doing up? I've been messing around for probably like 4 hours trying to mess with some new audio software just for like live streams to kind of clean up the audio without having to spend a whole bunch of money, you know? Yeah. I see you, Jack Fuentes. Yeah. Someone says no spoopy. No spoopy. I don't know why he would just type that. We're gonna put you in timeout. That's just kind of random, man. Izzy says March 1st, aka 1 week till her birthday. That's really awesome. I'll have to do my best to remember that. And wish you a happy birthday. The audio sounds really good to you. Awesome. Good to know. Good to know. I'm gonna go back later and listen to it and everything. I've been doing a whole bunch of tests, just the offline version, but you know. Foxy and Lucy coming through with a $5 super chat says, you deserve more money because you have been so generous with these live feeds. Thanks, buddy. You guys have been super generous with the support and actually listening to them and being my guinea pigs for my tests. Deadly Slain coming with a $15 super chat says, here's some cash, brother. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, especially in these hard times with YouTube. It really does mean a lot. Beautifully Deceased with a $2 super chat says, I love your videos. They help me sleep at night. I'm glad I can help in some way. There's actually a lot of people that enjoy listening to these while they go to sleep, which I think is pretty awesome. Like I've said before, I used to listen to them at work. That's what got me through the day. The 8-hour grind rather than listening to the same music over and over. Thank you all so much. That really means a lot to me, all the support. That's cool. Also, for those that might have been wanting to do like a $5 super chat or whatever, I recommend you check out the sponsor button. I'm one of the people testing that. That gets you like a channel badge. You'll see some of the people with their name green and a skull next to their name. They get that on all of my videos as well. You get custom emotes. So like my people can be spamming some scary stories, a custom little heart we have for our channel, all that kind of stuff. And there's also exclusive live streams that we do once a month. But a lot of different perks, and there's also things to be released that I literally cannot speak about. They told me it's confidential in the email. Blooming Lotus coming in with a $2 super chat says, I love your videos. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy them. That's what keeps me doing them. Susan Allison coming in with a $1.99 super chat. No comment, but thank you, Susan. I'm glad you made it to the live stream, even if this might be a little shorter one, and I hope you enjoy it. Yes. Izzy is taunting for a scary story, and I think I would have to agree. I think a lot of people are here to hear stories, not me ramble on. Have I done a face reveal? Yes, I have done a few face reveals. You can actually Google your maker face, and one of those pictures is me. Yes. Yes. Deadly Slayin coming in with a $3.50 super chat says, screw demonetization. I completely agree. I just got off a meeting with YouTube as well, and like we ran over numbers and everything about how it was doing last year. And everything is, the numbers, everything's doing just the same, but the money's way down. And the only thing he can equate it to is the genre. So he said, I just need to start pushing merchandise and every other stuff. So that's not really good news for the horror community, but hopefully that's going to be worked out more. But yeah, another story. Blooming Lotus with a $2 super chat says, you're the best ever. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I don't agree with the statement, but I do enjoy the compliment for sure. For sure. And Sarenthia Gonzalez coming in, always making her presence known, says, it just started pouring outside. Great timing. Gotta work in 5 hours, but whatever. Hashtag worth it. Or I could go old school. Pound worth it. Thank you so much, Sarenthia. I'm glad you made it to the stream. Thank you guys so much. Let's get some your maker hearts in the stream for all this support. You guys are really awesome, especially for like a random test stream. I was just gonna read some stories and test out this audio and see if it sounds better and compare it. If you got the emotes, make sure you spam the hearts. If you don't have the custom ones, make sure you just use the stock ones they have. Everyone's accepted here and everyone's loved. Beautifully Deceased with a $2 super chat says, here's a few more dollars. Sorry for the spam. Don't worry about the spam. Spam's really good. It's just really expensive now out of the can, but I love spam. It's welcome here, as long as it's not stupid spam. Yes. Thank you all so much. That's really awesome. All right, let's go ahead and try to find a story. That's what I'm thinking. And right before I do, Deadly Slayin coming in with a $2 super chat says, got school in 2 hours, can't sleep. Hashtag stay woke. Hey, maybe these stories will put you to sleep, or maybe they'll give you nightmares. And my phone's going crazy. I don't know why. Alright, so we will go ahead and find a story really fast. I'm trying to zoom it in a little more so I can see it a little easier. It looks really weird, but that's all right. We will go ahead and get ready for this story. Turn on some creepy tunes, you know what I mean? Creepy tunes. And I'll actually put it where you guys can see what I'm narrating as well. This one, it's on Let's Not Meet, as you can see. Guess He Was Hungry? By Liz Kai 720. When I was a tween, maybe 13 through 14 years old, we lived in a nice upper-class gated community. We felt very safe and secure in our home and never really worried about burglars or anything. One Saturday morning, we returned from church around 11 a.m. to find the front door wide open. We did always lock the door, no matter how safe we felt in our neighborhood. We immediately found my dad's briefcase open in the side yard with the hinges broken and the contents strewn everywhere. We entered the house, expecting to find it trashed and emptied of all valuables, but it looked exactly the same. We called the police and filed a report, and they informed us that the front door had not been tampered with. The other doors were locked, and no windows were broken. Only later did we discover what had been stolen. A chocolate cake that my mom had made and left on the counter, and half a gallon of milk. Got milk? Huh. How crazy is that someone would break in and just steal a cake? Cake and all that good stuff. Get my live dashboard so I can actually see the comments, but we'll put you guys back on that. Deadly Sins coming in with a $2 super chat says, "Do you know the way?" Do I know the way? Oh, I didn't even pause my stream. That could help with a little latency that I'm having. Do I know the way? I know the way. Thank you so much for the support. It really means a lot. Yes. Alright, I think we will look for another one. Yeah, this one's a little longer. It says, "I have no idea what it's going to be about, but she listens through the walls." She listens through the walls. This was submitted by Lua Hadi to the subreddit Let's Not Meet, with a little tied up dude with lightning bolts coming in at him. He's screwed. This is a current ongoing problem. I'm young, 19. Moved states about 6 months ago and now live with 2 roommates. Our house is built in an interesting way. The living room of the house next door to us is in my bedroom. So I essentially have what used to be a kitchen, and the entire living room is my own personal space, with a wall separating me from the neighbor's house. I have 3 doors, one to get into my room from the hallway, another that connects to the kitchen and is right next to my neighbor's other door, and the other living room door that is right next to my neighbor's front door. I'm just trying to picture that in my head. I'm only describing the setup because it's easier to explain how exactly my neighbor watches me and essentially stalks me through our shared wall. The issue with our neighbor Bethany is that she hates whoever lives in my part of the house. There's just bad juju that went on between her and 2 previous tenants on a couple years before me. Get out of here, kitty. Bethany is quite old. She has 1 cat. We're not allowed pets in the housing unit, but she's been grandfathered in. Always has her brother over. He's a bully and a dick, and just outright dislikes all of us who live here. Bethany has another neighbor on the other side of her house, but Catherine is barely home, so I doubt she's had to go through any kind of what I do. I'm adding words. So I doubt she's had to go through any of what I do. Anyways, as of the last 2 months, Bethany has gotten extremely stalkerish. She doesn't follow me or my roommates, but she watches and listens. She will not start bothering me until she goes out and watches one of my roommates leave and go to their car, which she can do because she has 2 doors to get outside. Bethany's front door is the longer route and passes her living room, which she will openly watch you from. The other is connected to her bedroom, but I assume where she'll either stand on the side of her porch or hang out her window while flipping one of us off as we pass. Sounds like a great neighbor. It's annoying. And that's all it was at first. Just petty stuff. Just petty shit to show that she really didn't like us. Until she started knocking. Now, my wall isn't super thin. In fact, you need to be really loud to even be heard. I was already told before moving in that Bethany was somewhat hostile towards whoever lived in my room, so I shouldn't be. So I should just be wary of sounds. I have 1 large TV in the corner and a desk with a computer, but I rarely use them. Bethany, on the other hand, has a TV right behind where mine is on the other side of the wall. When I was home alone or getting home late, Bethany would take the time to gently knock on the door right next to mine and say in this creepy sing-song voice, "I know you're home." Or if I had an Amazon package or some type of delivery back home, she would start banging the package against my door in her creepy sing-song tone, saying, "Come out! You have a package, you have a package, you have a package." She'd do this for about a few weeks straight, because I was getting gifts from my family around December when this picked up. My birthday is in December. And also getting packages containing school supplies, home stuff, etc. It was chilling because she was physically waiting for me to be home. I know that the air pressure is heard and felt faintly when the very front door of the house opens, as well as the side kitchen in which I come in from. But you'd really have to be listening to know I'm coming in my room. So from December to the beginning of January, Bethany would pick up my packages from my door and just throw them at it. Not hard enough to damage them, but enough to get my attention. Sometimes she'd be really angry and I wasn't answering the door. And others? She'd just continue being weird as hell. Our head roommate didn't deem it behavior that should get her kicked out. But she did tell our landlord, and our landlord had apparently told Bethany she needed to quit, or next time, the police were getting called because she was disturbing our part of the property. Since then, she has limited to just screaming at us when we pass by, or furiously flipping me off. Whatever. She wasn't touching my stuff anymore. That's what mattered most. However, as of the last 2 weeks, she's gotten belligerent. At all hours of the day, beginning in around 4 through 5 a.m., she's singing loudly towards my wall. And not just any part, but directly in front of my bed. My bed faces the wall on the other side, and it's freaking creepy. She'll sing shit like, "I can hear you on the phone, you frickin' cunt." Why do I take out the F-bomb but not cunt? "You're such a bitch, turn off your electricity." It's not insulting. I'm just confused. What the fuck is her problem? She'll bang really hard when it gets too quiet on my end, and screams obscenities. She knows when I'm showering, as a few times she screamed loud enough for me to hear her through my bathroom wall. "You slut! Turn the fucking water off!" A few times she's gone out on both her porches and screamed at me through the door just even more things. The things she says shows that shows that she's listening to what I'm doing. Like, I'm FaceTiming my mom and she'll say, "Turn off your fucking phone." I changed the wording. "I'm playing video games at volume 2 and in very quiet TV." And she'll scream, oh, let me redo that. I messed that up. The quotes, I missed them. "Turn your fucking phone off." I'm playing video games at volume 2 on my very quiet TV and she'll still scream, "I can hear those damn video games." Even worse, when I'm on the phone with my boyfriend, we FaceTime to fall asleep. I've heard her say, not screaming, "He snores too loud." It's frightening. Lately, the noises, banging, and the watching have increased by a shit ton. My head roommate is a kind and gentle soul, so she's hesitant to take action right away. I'm pretty sure these little outbursts are going to turn into her threatening me, or even worse, trying to get in one of my doors. I don't believe she's been diagnosed with anything, which of course I've considered. I've met Bethany, but I really don't want to meet Bethany at all on my own. I might punch her in the face or get in a fight, as I don't take well to being intimidated or listening to what is in my or listened to when I'm in my private zone. So, Bethany, next time we meet, neighbor, it ain't gonna be pretty. It ain't gonna be pretty. That was a little bit longer. Yes. Some neighbors are crazy. I've had some really crazy neighbors. I'm sure a lot of you had as well. It's pretty gnarly. Alright, let's go ahead and take a break. Let me pause this other stuff. We'll bring that other music up in there. Okay. There we go. Deadly Slaying coming in with a $25 super chat says, buy yourself some pizza or something. Hey, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I might have to do that. Pizza actually sounds really good. I mean, it's a little late now, but yeah. Shifra coming in with a $2 super chat says, thanks for helping me sleep like every night. Hi, thanks for coming and listening every night. I'm glad I can help you sleep. That's super awesome. Melissa Joyce with a $2 super chat says, listening all the way in New Zealand. Hello, New Zealand from Arizona. Hello. Thank you very much for the support. Let's get some hearts in the chat for all the people. For all the people showing some love and all the people that are here, taking time out of their schedule to visit with us and speak. Thank you, Cannon. I appreciate that. Yeah, when I stumble quite a bit live, but all things considered, for a story like that, I was trying not to drink water, and then I had to pause for a while. I was like, oh my god, my mouth is so dry. Yeah, the old lady needs to get laid. Says Saul. Yeah, I've had some really weird but I've also lived in bad neighborhoods, so I mean, you're kind of set up for that. Where I'm at now, I have great neighbors. Most of them aren't even here most of the year. It's super awesome. Kickstop Kilst coming in with a $2 super chat says, discovered you last month and love your work. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, and I hope you already do enjoy the channel, obviously, but I hope you continue to enjoy the content. I'm glad you found your way to the channel. That's awesome. Deadly Sin dropping a 420 bomb up here and saying, 420. 420, brother. Or sister. I'm going to say brother, just because brother sounds good. Appreciate the support. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's not $4. I had looked right down at the clock as soon as you said that too. I was like, 420? Is it 420 up here? Not yet. Okay, so what should I guess I'll read a couple more. Like I said, this was mostly just like a test for the audio features and whatnot that were up in that are up here. I'm looking to see if we can find another. Deadly Slaying coming in with that $2 super chat says, I'm a guy, fam. Awesome. Yes. I can guess it correctly every now and then. It's so weird how guys always assume it's another guy and ladies always assume it's another lady. I just think that's really funny, but I guess it makes sense. Alright, I'm looking for another story. One that's not just one that's not just like a creepy dude. Creepy dude. Okay, here's one that we could probably. Alright. This is we'll do this one. This is Abandoned House by the Sea. And it was submitted on here by Young Printer. So this is something that happened a few years ago to me and my friends. Get out of the way. There used to be an old rundown house near where I lived here. Here. England. I hit back. It's now been knocked down, but it used to be where the gated off bit was. As a bit of backstory, there were all these rumors that homeless people lived in it. The previous owner was murdered. It was a drug den, etc. So me and my friends were 16 and drinking and messing around on the beach, and it was about 10:30. We'd ran out of beers, so my mate with a fake ID was getting more from the Tesco just up the road. When he got back, he mentioned the house and that it'd be cool to go inside. We joked about it and made our way to the house. To be honest, I didn't want to go in and was hoping there would be a door or something to stop us before getting inside. Unfortunately, I was wrong, as there was no door on this house. We walked in and the first thing I noticed was the very strong smell of piss, and there was dirt all over the floors. We went into the first room on the left, which used to be a living room. There was the frame of a sofa which we could just make out due to the streetlight coming through. All over the floor was rubbish. Beer cans, crisp packs, syringes, etc. Now this should have been a sign to get out. Then, as the house clearly wasn't abandoned. Anyways, we left that room and went into the kitchen and it was a similar story. Shelf of a room littered with rubbish. We carried on looking about the bottom floor until we got confident that it was just us. I went in the kitchen with my friend who was just trying to get in the fridge in there open as it was fastened shut by God knows what. I refused to touch it due to how filthy it looked. He was making a fair bit of noise, whacking/scraping at the edges with a bit of banister from the stairs to lever it open. In between the noise he was making, we both heard a creaking sound upstairs and froze. We quickly went into the living room and saw that our other 4 mates were in there. But by this point, I was panicked and terrified. We let our friends know that we heard it. We let our friends know what we heard, and all agreed that it was time to leave and carry on with our night. Everyone was trying to be brave at this point. We were walking out and we heard another creaking, but this time it was on the stairs. I was at the back and turned around and could just make out the silhouette on the edge of the stairs, at which point I shouted something along the lines of, "Fuck! Run!" And we all sprinted out. We got out the house and one sec. We got out of the house and hopped the wall and were all waiting outside it, fixed on the door. A man stepped out of the house and turned back and went in. I don't particularly remember what he looked like, but he definitely didn't look homeless, and I didn't recognize him as one of our local homeless guys. Like a bunch of drunk 16-year-olds, we went back to the beach and started coming up with theories. 2 of the guys were adamant that he held a knife in his hand, and that they could smell something rotting in one of the rooms, claiming he was a murderer and one of us could have been his next victim. Whoever he was, I still get chills thinking about it today, and I don't think I've ever been more scared in my life. Sorry this doesn't have a clean cut and ending/resolution as many stories. I'm just adding words up in there. I'm tired, guys. But that was the end of the story regardless. Whoops. Pause the music. There we go. Abandoned houses always seem like a lot of fun. They have an entire abandoned city up here in Arizona, actually quite a few of them that supposedly are haunted, and I think it'd be really awesome to go visit those overnight. I guess there's one in Needles, California, which isn't too far away. It's it's actually supposed to be like certified haunted. It's a city building. Now it's just like a tourist attraction. Blooming Lotus with a $2 super chat says, shout out to my friend Dylan. I've been a fan for a bit. What's going on, Dylan? Blooming Lotus said to say, what up? Corinthia Gonzalez with a $20 super chat says, weather is crazy right now. I think it's hailing. Hope there's no tornado. But I love it, and at least I don't feel so alone listening to the stream. I'm glad I can be with you, and hopefully there is no tornado. And if there is, hopefully it touches down where no one's at. I remember when I was in Kansas, we had tornadoes come through there, like on the military post. You could actually see it where it rip up the train tracks and everything. It was crazy. Pretty crazy actually seeing the carnage behind them. And those were just small ones too. A new sponsor. Welcome DD Rosewolf. Everybody throw some hearts in the chat. Show some love for our new sponsor, as well as all the other people showing some love in the stream. Let's get some more hearts. Keep the love flowing. Everything's good vibes. It's like 1 in the morning for me. I'm tired. And I don't know how much longer this stream's gonna go, but by golly, we are here right now and we're loving it. Yes. Corinthia Gonzalez says, I'm in Texas. You know what they say about Texas, don't you? It's a state in the southern United States. Hey, looks like you got some company. Lee Loves Lily is also in Texas, in Houston to be more precise. Talavion, hot, no homo. What's up, Jackie Ma Coochie? Ma Coochie? Jackie Ma Coochie? Long time, no live stream. You always seem to miss him. Look at that. DD Rosewolf already found those new emotes. That's right. Get some hearts up in there. They're not all cutesy like the others. They are real hearts. Real hearts. Veronica says, it's only midnight here. Yes. Yes. You live in another time. Max Cat says, I am a Texas cat. Meow. On a side note, I do want to thank everyone for being here. It's really cool. And I appreciate everyone showing up at this awkward hour. Well, not everyone has it as an awkward hour. Some people have it during the daylight. But regardless, I appreciate you taking the time to come in, show some love. Just be here in the chat, even if you don't want to even chat and you're just sitting here listening. I appreciate you. And I hope you have a wonderful day or night or whatever time it is. And thank you for the support. Naha said it's only 9 p.m. here. Yes. Yes. Future Shocker 16 coming in with a $2 super chat says, love the streams. Thanks for entertaining us all. You are very welcome. I really wouldn't be here without everyone enjoying it, so big props to everyone as well. But I really appreciate the compliment. That's what keeps us going. Thank you so much for the support. Alright, we should find another story. Let's find another one. We'll do this one. It's like a tipsy tip. Alright. This one's a tip's a tip. and it was submitted into Let's Not Meet by Grimson94. Or 47. 94. I don't know how to read numbers. Sorry. As you're about to hear, I barely know how to read words. Some years ago, I used to date this girl that worked in the cafe/bar at our university campus. The place was nothing special. Medium-sized. A billiards table and a foosball table, both in rough shape. Cheap prices. Old furniture. No camera. It was pretty chill on the weekdays. Usually students would drink a coffee between classes. Weekends would get hectic. Sometimes because it was the closest place to the campus where you could find a few beers. Me and a few friends of mine would usually go there on a Friday and just shoot the shit. There wasn't any security, so it was nice keeping an eye so nothing happens to F, the girlfriend in question. We're gonna name her Fiona. If I can remember that. One night around 4 in the morning, Fiona was closing up the bar. Me and another friendly couple were waiting for her so we could leave together. Everything was peachy. Nothing too special happened during the course of the evening. Then as we're outside of the bar, and Fiona's just locking up, I hear her exclaim something along the lines of, "What the fuck?" Turn around and see her flashing her phone's flashlight inside of her purse and looking at something. Turns out, some fucker jacked off into her purse and stole her wallet. It was very weird because her purse usually is under the bar, and the table where we usually sit is just by the entrance of the bar. She sometimes leaves the bar to go and get stuff from the back, but usually somebody from the table watches out while she's gone. I don't know. It was creepy and weird, because nobody could recall how and when the guy found the time and privacy to do it without anybody seeing him. Wow. Some people. That is a very interesting story. Yes. That's crazy. Future Shocker 16 coming in with another $2 super chat says, any plans to do these more often? Always entertaining. Yes, there are plans. I've wanted to for a while. I've just had some health things I've been dealing with, so I think those are hopefully starting to clear up. And not only that, with the new sponsorship feature that I'm beta testing, I'm kind of supposed to be doing some more live streams, so it'll be a lot of this kind of thing. Like I said, this is a test because I also want to probably keep doing something like this where I'm just reading stories live, hanging out with everybody. And there's going to be other times where I'm just doing video games, you know, so definitely going to start live streaming more, and especially now that I got emotes. I'm trying to send them a recommendation to where the people that have the emotes can use those on the regular videos as well, because I think that would be really cool. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it for sure. You definitely get to talk to a lot of people. Beth L coming in with a $20 super chat says, hey, happy belated birthday. Again, just dropping in real quick, working, of course. Beth, thank you so much for the $20. That's a lot of money. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I'm glad you made it to this live stream as well, even if it is just a small peek into it. But thank you so much for dropping in, letting me know you were here. I hope you have a wonderful day at work or night. Not sure what your hours are. It'd be creepy to ask. Ego Allen coming in with a $5 super chat. No comment, just saying I'm here. Thank you so much, Ego Allen. I really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream and continue to enjoy the content. Everybody get some hearts in the chat. Let's get hearts in the chat for everybody showing some love. Once again, everyone just being here. Michael R. Wood, I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you. Future Shocker says, I'm in South Carolina. It's storming and I'm in the country surrounded by woods. This is the perfect weather. And then the power cuts out. I agree. I love being in the wilderness and being able to just get engulfed in the storms. Beth says it's 2:15 a.m. here. Ooh, so the overnight shift. Ooh, those are always better. I liked working always overnight for some reason. It probably helps that I'm also in a desert right now. So, yeah. Nancy asks, how's your ear? Much better. Much better. Still needs some work, but it's, you know, I'm not poking holes in it or nothing like that anymore. You know, forget what I just said. Tristan says, in the UK, man, it's so crazy the different time zones. UK right now, it's all daylight and everyone's just walking around over here. Everyone that's out right now is just walking. Dude, I just found out, like, a friend of mine had the cops called on him the other day because he was walking around in a hoodie with a machete. I mean, there's nothing wrong with walking around with a machete or anything, so obviously, you know, the police were just seeing what he was doing. I mean, you get a little more leniency out here because of the coyotes and everything, so I guess that makes a little more sense, but it's still pretty funny to just have him walking around. I saw him one night doing it too. He walked up to my car with a big old machete. I was like, whoa, dude, whoa. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Cool guy, though. Cool guy. Max Cat Meow says, it's dead quiet out here in the country tonight. Awesome, enjoy it. Yeah, it gets pretty quiet out here in the desert, and then you hear the coyotes start doing the ow, and then you just hear a dog start barking because someone left their dog out, and then you just hear a whole bunch of coyotes, and then the dog just yips, and then it's silence. So yeah, it stays pretty quiet out here for the most part too. Man, I miss the country though. You guys in the country, you and gals in the country, y'all don't know how you have it. It's nice. Get away from all these city folk and the environment. Like when I lived out in the country, I used to have nightmares about bears and wolves. They'd be holding hands, walking on their back feet, circling my house. There'd be just like so many of them. And then snakes would start coming in through the walls. I got some weird dreams as a kid, but I didn't mind them. Like, they weren't nightmares. They were just like reoccurring dreams. Like, it was once a year. No matter what, that dream always happened until I moved out of that house. It was really weird. Really weird. Looks like we got some people on tornado watch. If you guys are all on tornado watch, best thoughts are out with you. Hopefully you have your preparation plans in mind. Get to the low ground underneath and everything. I live in Iowa, so you know, you hear all of the creepy corn flowing in the wind. Oh, that would be so cool. I've never heard. We used to grow corn, but it never got to like the big fields like a lot of people see, like you see in horror movies and all that. Whew, that always looks super creepy and so much fun. Kickstop says, I miss rural Oregon so much. I really miss the whole West Coast. I wish California wasn't so expensive because I loved it up north where I was raised. Just right on the ocean. It was so beautiful. And then Oregon was too. I loved dirt biking in Oregon. It was awesome. Just go out in the woods and just get some dirt biking in. Beautiful trails. I'm glad I went to the dunes right before I left there. I met my cousin, my whole family over there, and I didn't go on a dirt bike. I think I was on a quad. Yeah, I was on a quad. It was a big old quad too, an automatic. Man, I got so much air on that thing. It was crazy. It was so much fun. Yes. Blooming Lotus, going to bed. Love you. Good night. Get some rest. Thank you so much for dropping in the stream. Sweet dreams, and I hope you have a wonderful awakening when you wake up, even though that sounded stupid. Thank you for dropping in. I really appreciate it. Get some rest. Have I ever been to Asia? No, I have not. I've never left the United States. In fact, until I was in the army, I had never left the West Coast. Once I did my... Like, I was born and raised in Northern California, in Fort Bragg. Not a military post, just a city named Fort Bragg. And then when I was a teenager, we moved up to a little place called Myrtle Creek, Oregon. And that's where I did like half of my high school, and then I finished my GED early. And by the time I was 17, I was in college at the Umpqua Community College, one of the colleges that actually had a shooting, which was really weird to see it in the news. That was like last year. But I went there for a little bit, and then joined the military from there, like as soon as I was 18. And that was the first time I left the West Coast. And I was stationed to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So I flew into St. Louis. No, well, I was in Denver, and then I went to St. Louis. And I remember trying to get out of the St. Louis airport. And once I got outside, like the humidity, I never expected something like that. And it just hit me like, that was the first time the phrase, you got to chew your air before you breathe, actually made sense. And it was just brutal. And then you get there and you're having to do all this PT, the 2-mile runs, the push-ups, the sit-ups, and the humidity's just on you. And it was my first time. Whew, that was wicked. And then the cold, that was something new to me like that too. But made it through, had a lot of fun. So definitely kind of miss that. But that's about the extent of my travel. Pretty much out there. Other than that, nope, never left the US. Well, never left the US at all. Yeah. Cerinthia Gonzalez says, I'm tired, but kinda scared to fall asleep. You should be. You never know when it's the last time. Simon Torkar, what's going on? Thank you for dropping in. Wish I could be productive, to Jackie Johnson. Yeah. I don't know if I said hello. That was the only reason I was bringing up your name. I saw you up in here. What's going on, mate? Turpentine 26 asks, are you married? I am married, yes. Yes. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll find another story right quick. Thank you, Shida Prince. So the stream's probably not going to go on too much longer. I'll probably read this story and then we'll end up ending the stream. Because, like I said, this was mostly a test. I'm tired and, frankly, I'm going to go play some video games. Yeah, because I haven't played. I've been seriously trying to learn this thing because it's supposed to make my audio a little better for the streams. Which, if I'm going to be doing more of them, I got to actually make sure my audio sounds a little bit better. So, yeah. I can read this one, I think. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll get this one. This one is, hey, we're the ones looking at you. And it was submitted by This Is My Username 772 to the subreddit Let's Not Meet. Please excuse bad grammar. Now this is a weird, creepy story. I've actually posted part of this story on our rants. But that's only part of the story. You see, I was going to a fancy restaurant to eat at a fancy restaurant for my birthday. My mom was taking me and it was fun and exciting. It was one of those places where you can order lobster, and we didn't. It was one of those places where you could order lobster, and we didn't have any of those in the area around our small town. Now, boy. Now, while we were waiting in line, there was this old man and a middle-aged woman. Despite the age gap, they were an obvious couple. When I was standing in line, the man turned to me and said, "Smile." Now, this wasn't uncommon for people to say to me, and they weren't unusual for people. Both men and women say hi to me. Say this to me. I started to smile before the man said, "We're the ones looking at you." This made me mad, and for some reason I had the urge to call him a pedophile. I looked young for my actual age. However, I smiled just to get him to stop bothering me. When people have told me to smile, they would tell me a funny joke or say something like, "You're really pretty, but you'd be even prettier if you smiled." Annoying, but not awful. But this line really ticked me off. However, this couple continued to stare at me, and I continued smiling back at me. The way they were smiling at me was creepy. I didn't realize later it was because they were staring at my boobs. But soon me and my mom were called, and luckily we didn't sit next to the couple. However, I normally smile at people like when walking by people. I went to the bathroom and passed by the man smiling, regretting it later. It was normal after that. We went home, and after a couple of months, we heard on the news a 13-year-old girl from my area had gone missing and was finally found, lured by some couple trying to make a sex trafficking ring. Now, I didn't think much of it at the time. Then I heard how this couple was staying in the city where the fancy restaurants were, before making their move onto this young girl. But it was when they showed the mug shots a shiver ran down my spine. It was the couple trying to tell me to smile at the restaurant. The city we had eaten at was not a big city. The city we had eaten at was a big city. I won't mention where, but the fact that they came all the way down to... The city we were eating in wasn't a big city. I won't mention where, but the fact that they came all the way down to our small town to kidnap a girl was shocking. But it might have explained the creepy leering at my boobs. And when I think of the line that the man told me about how they were the ones looking at me, made me think it might have had a double meaning. Let's not meet creepy sex trafficking couple. I agree. Let's not meet. Let's not meet at all. Yeah, I try not to hit people. Like, don't. Yeah, I hope no one's being too mean about the grammar. It's probably they might not even speak English. That's the way I see it. And like, especially if people don't speak English, you know, like they probably speak better English than I would of whatever their language are, whatever. Can I link the story? Sure I can. Sure I can. You can see the title. That's why maybe I had it on screen so that way you guys can find the stories and everything, all that good stuff. Here's the link to the story. I'll put it in the chat. That's the link to that story. Jackie Martin with a $2 super chat says, "Story hype, story hype, story hype, story hype. You make a heart." That's a tongue twister. Thank you so much for the support. Glad you enjoyed the stories and got all hyped up. Jessica D coming in with a $5 super chat says, "Just because." Thank you, Jessica. Much appreciated. Just because. Estuardo Mendez says, "Hey, I love the fact that you give everyone their respect that they deserve and keep up the good work, man. Appreciate your work." Hey, you know, I just try to think of it from a lot of people's different perspective. You know, a lot of people, a lot of times it's really easy to get caught up one-sided because you live in your own shoes. I guess that's a good way to say it. So putting yourself in someone else's shoes is something I try to do, but honestly, I really could work on. I think everyone could work on it a little more. Empathy towards people. If the world had a lot more empathy, the world would be a much better place. So try to put yourself in other people's shoes and think about it from their perspective, which might be hard to do. But that's why you talk to people, because then you learn their perspective and they might even teach you a little something that helps you grow as a person. Alright, what we'll probably do is I'll probably just chat for a couple minutes and then we'll go ahead and end the stream for right now. The random noises I make, man, I swear. And then we'll probably end the stream for now, but we'll definitely be doing this. I'd like to start doing it at least a couple times a week. If not, I would really like to get to the point where it's like an everyday thing, even if it's just like an hour or two, just chilling, chatting with everybody. I think that'd be a really cool thing. I just got to make sure it's worked in properly, you know, yeah. Mike Curie, I'm about to go to work. Stay creepy. Take care, Mike. Hope you have a great day at work. Hope it flies by and everything's amazing and you get a raise. That would be awesome. Yes. Austin Hill says, do some shout outs. Yeah, I'm reading the chat right now. Might as well chat with some of the people that came to actually listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Bethany Cole, what up? Horta Koskinen. No, it's okay. Don't worry. Michael Arwood, do you have a PlayStation 4? Yes, I do. That's what I play on. Yes. Susan Allison says, your maker, you're a sweetheart. Thank you so much, Susan. I appreciate the kind words. I still think there's things I could work on, but I do what I can. Homo Potter says, high quality content. And then the punch thing under the waist. Oh, he tried to get me. Mystical says, check out Chicago, it's lit. My sister almost moved to Chicago. I think that would be pretty cool. Masked Paranoia says, whoa. Jared Hayes says, 6 stories, brother. Hey, thanks, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Dirty PMs. Is my username too weird? And then it moved. I lost your comment. Is my username too weird to read aloud? No. Shifra says, love from the Netherlands. What up, Netherlands? Love from Arizona. Amber says, love your live streams. Great narrations. I appreciate it. Yeah, the live ones are always a little weird. And it's always definitely weird when you stumble up and then you're just like, and then there's people listening. But at the same time, it's just like, so what? People are gonna stumble. People are gonna crumble. But I'm glad you enjoy them. Casey DL says, I'm listening here at work. Hope I can submit one of my stories too. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, make sure you check my email. It's in the description of pretty much every video, and it's also in the description of my actual channel too. But anytime you actually write it out, for sure, submit it. Angel Vasquez says, you're the best. Thank you so much. You're the best. Gunsmoke says, oh, hey, I'm also an Arizonian. What's going on, man? I'm in LHC, Lake Havasu City. Oh, yeah, the fishbowl where everyone's drunk all the time. Yay. Spencer Queen says, moan for me. Oh, yeah, you like that, baby? There you go. There's your moan. Gerald Gaming. Where am I? You're where you are. Jessica Abmk. I added a P in there somewhere. Sorry. 3:30 a.m. plus this live stream equal excellent combo. Hey, I'm glad you feel that way. I'm glad you made your way into the stream. Haley Clark, your maker, you have to do the Mickey Mouse voice or it's not a live stream. Love from a snowy seaside town in the UK. I can't do it right now. I see. I wasn't even trying to do the Mickey Mouse voice last time. It was just I was hello guys. No, seriously. Meat World. If you're gonna be world, it's your day to be. Like it's weird. You just gotta like feel the voices, and you go chocolate rain, and you just start singing. I don't even know the rest of the words. Yeah. It's one of those voice. I didn't even mean to do. Maybe if I just try a female's voice. Hello guys, my name is your maker. No. I don't know. It's not working. I tried. I tried. I try so hard. Can't seem to get away from misery. I think we're gonna have to end the stream. I think that's the way. I know the way. I now know the way, people. Holy moly. All right, everybody. I think we're actually going to go ahead and end this stream. Thank you so much for joining me. It really means a lot. And everyone who came in and showed some super chat love, some sponsor love, thank you all so much. It really means a lot. Keeping YouTube creepy, even though YouTube's trying to shut us all down. They're like, screw you guys. But that's all right. We got a great community out there that's got our backs. And it's just about the love. Goes both ways. You know what I'm talking about. I'll definitely be getting another live stream up in here soon. Just trying to, like I said, this is really just a test. I want to go back and listen to the audio, compare it to my old live streams, see if it's any much better, you know what I mean? Because I'm going to be doing it a little bit more. So, yes. Thank you all so much for dropping in. I really appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a great whatever time it is, wherever you're at. It really means a lot that you came in here and spent a little bit of time of your life that you're never getting back. You're never getting that time back. Ever. Whether you enjoyed the stream or not, you're not getting that time back. I just wasted like an hour of your life if you were here for an hour. If you were only here for like 2 minutes, I just wasted like 2 minutes out of your life. Which if you think about it, once you get on your deathbed, you're going to be like, damn, those 2 minutes that I wasted with your maker, I could have been doing something productive with my life. But instead, you just sat here and listened to a 31-year-old man ramble about nothing. Nothing. How does that make you feel? How does it make